Yo, what's going on? Welcome to Phuket Walk. Hello, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Phuket Old Town, but we're heading down Phuket Road today, so no worries. We're just starting off here on the clubhouse. To Phuket Old Town, but and I think I started a bit early today. Not too early, but it is 9:36 a.m. here on a beautiful Tuesday morning, and our first walk of September. So happy September, everybody. I really hope this month would go as well as it did in August, because I had an amazing month in the month of August. It's definitely treated me and Sign really well. So give me a moment here. I'm just gonna double check on a few things and we can get started. Sawadee krap. Yo, what's going on? Welcome to Phuket Walk. This is Phuket Alex. We're currently at Phuket Old Town, like I mentioned just a few seconds ago, and we're gonna get the journey started heading down to Phuket Road, and we'll roam around Phuket Road a little bit and check out the surrounding areas, and we'll decide what to do when we get lost down there, I guess. But all in all, welcome everyone. Hello to Hajat, first one in, and also hello to Nick. Good to have you here. And Sawadee Cup to everyone joining us a little bit later. Let's go. It's forecasted at 29 degrees. And it feels that way actually, even with the clouds, thanks to the very high humidity. But hey, good to see you, Trojan. You're just in time as we just got the journey started. And I think we have a wonderful crowd already, despite me still waiting for some of my mods to arrive. But I guess we got good old Phuket bot here. So we'll rely on Nutbot for a little bit. But we're not going to delay the journey anymore. Let's head down Phuket Road first. It's very warm today, like I mentioned. The sun's peeked out a few times when I was on the bike, and whew, it's hot. Despite being more cloudy, actually. It's whoop, just dropped my phone there. No worries. This phone has been dropped more than, I guess, 100 times. And whatever they say, this Paco has lasted me a long time and served me well, actually, as my backup phone. I also did my first few streams with it to actually power the DJI Pocket 3, and it worked for a little bit, so a miracle indeed. But anyways, good to see everybody. Hello, Trojan. Seems like my early starts always throw off my usual viewers. Look at this guy. He realized just because he has a camera and a gimbal, well, a selfie stick in hand, doesn't mean he needs a bike ride. We actually arrived here on the Honda Monkey ourselves, but today no ride-in. I just want to get the walk started, and I'm still trying to get the audio sorted out for my motorbike ride. So it was pretty crappy last time around, and I apologize for that, but I'll look into it and see if I can do something better. That's where the DJI Mic 2 fails me. It doesn't really have the ability to turn on, one second, turn on the filter mode or the noise reduction mode when it's using the app that I'm streaming with. Thank you. And so nice of her to give me a nice nod. Hey, discover Phuket. And I think this is called Festival Porto. There's all sorts of festival happening now. It's still kind of the low season, and we'll expect more and more in terms of festival and events to occur. Hey Brad, good to see you. Maganai copy. And once again, once you hold a camera, you get offer quite a bit of services. And good to have you here, Brad. We're just getting the journey started. I'm heading down Phuket Road today to take a different path compared to the good old Phuket Old Town that we stroll around. So we'll have plenty of walking to do. So in the meantime, do go over the Brad Palmer's channel and check out some of the good contents you have up there. Up meaning up north in Northern Ontario. All his amazing adventures. Not to mention a awesome one recently as he walked alongside Johnny Strides in downtown Toronto. So head over to Brad's channel and obviously subscribe and enjoy that content, and hit the like as well. And this is Phuket Old Town. We're gonna depart it today. Quite a early morning vibe here, actually. And you can see, usually when I walk down this road, there's not that many taxi services, but today it's all packed. I guess it's due to the higher low seasons. Everybody is coming out and starting the season early in terms of work-wise. A lot of people do take low seasons off and they go back to their hometowns and whatnot to save some expenses before the high season kick off again. There's plenty of jobs when the high season arrives. And as we have some time, let me pull a link. I often say the only channel better than Johnny Strides, of course, that's Johnny Stumbles. And he had an awesome live stream, of course, which I still need to watch the replay. I was mighty busy that day, and I realized my gifted membership has expired. So I'm like, hey, when was I not a member? So I really wanted to see that zombie walk on the screen, so I went over and of course became a member again. So if you guys are all confused on what I'm talking about, check out Johnny Stumbles, become a member, and then you'll get to see that zombie. Hey, I did just to check it out. Might be worthwhile. It was for me. Not to mention it's great content over there at Johnny Stumbles. I always say it's better than Johnny Strides, but I also really enjoy Johnny Strides also as well. I think I said also 3 times or maybe 2 there. Hey, Modano! At the same time, welcome, Chris. Welcome to membership as well. Hope you're enjoying some of that channel membership content, as well as the channel emojis that you can rock in the chat. It's good to have you join us in the chat, and have to give a big welcome. Hey Modano, good to see you. Sawadee Cup, and cheers to see you here. I was just getting worried, but I think we have a good bunch in the chat right now, or else I'll be in deep trouble. But good to have my wonderful mod here. Good to have you here always, bro. Good to see you, Modano. You see, I often say I have plenty of anxiety when my mods aren't around. I always have to look down on the chats and keep going, and I'm not sure if the audio is even working. So welcome, Modano, and a big welcome deserved. We're walking down Phuket Road today, and hopefully do a few detours in other parts of the area before deciding where to go. I was gonna bring us to Bang Wat, but the only issue now, I guess, is the weather and the rain and the storm that may also hinder and cause some buffering, because it's already pretty tough walking down Bang Wat, the trail. We went through it once, actually twice maybe, and experienced a lot of network issues. So I'll find a better day, I guess, when it's not so storm warning. But it's no rain for us so far. You can see that it's quite damp, and the floor still has a little bit of the leftover from the rain just a bit earlier in the morning. But hey, one way or another, me and everybody, and thanks to everybody's good luck and blessings, because we're able to avoid a lot of the rains, and that's been all year round. And good to see you, Megan. Always great to see my amazing viewers. I was going to say member and viewers at the same time, and that became another word. It's always good to see my amazing viewers and members. Join me in the chat. Thank you for coming in, Megan. I know it's a very busy day around the community. We have some wonderful walks as well, of course. It's the last day of CNE, Canadian National Exhibition. And I'm going to make a prayer here as always on our journeys, just for some of our viewers, you know, good health for Peter as always. Well, everybody, right? And happiness. And as I often wish for, some moment and lasting peace. As nowadays, often when we experience a moment of peace, it's ever so brief, yeah? But welcome. While I'm doing this, I'm not going to bother too much people. I usually like to just stay outside the temple to make our prayers. And when I do go in, of course, I'm going to offer some incense. But today we'll stay here. I think this will do. We'll do a zoom in though, however. And while I'm doing that, do check out Sapan's channel, as he had an awesome coverage of what I was just talking about, CNE. And that was a live stream fresh out of the oven. If he's done, perhaps he might be still going. But hey, let me make my prayers first. Cheers. Okay, and we're on our way if I don't bump into this motorbike or scooter. And there's Sapan's channel. And I was ever so lucky to be able to join his stream this time around and say hello to everybody there, having a good time, including a amazing member of our community, Janice Pike. As I often make an opportunity to say hello to Janice. She has been a awesome part of the community, always so friendly and helpful as well, to remind us to like the contents. And she's often in a lot of our channels in the community, so cheers to her. What a wonderful, beautiful person. A presence I always enjoy in the chat, as I know she's just there having a good time, enjoying the vibes. And why can't we all do that, right? Including me. So good for Janice. Cheerios to her. And speaking of Cheerios, no worries to my amazing supporters from the last stream. I actually have most of the thumbnail done, but I wanted to come out here first to do a early start this morning, so here I am. So another shout out, and of course thank you for your patience to Canadian Vasily, Destination Travels, also Liam, our legendary member, Epic Nation HD. Sorry, just watching my step there once again. Epic Nation HD. And also, of course, to Paul Blunt, that is. Thank you, bye. Working on it. We'll get that thumbnail up soon enough. Peter Bradfield, despite my earlier start, maybe you went to bed a bit earlier today. That's quite alright. I just hope you get plenty of rest and good health to you as always. And last but not least, amazing support from John Barrientos. Thank you so much for the gifted memberships, and like I said a few times now, I'll be sure to get that thumbnail done today. So speaking of coverage of the Canadian National Exhibition, as that guy's turning in and I'm in the middle of the road, whose fault? Mine, I guess. Also check out Liam's channel, Epic Ninja, as he was also covering the event in a live stream, 4-hour live stream. I gotta catch some of that on the replay for sure. So check out Liam, Epic Ninja. Also at the last day of CNE. Usually that marks the end of summer if you lived in Toronto. And everybody looks forward to, I guess, the arrival of colder weather. I hope everybody's having a great night, just chilling and relaxing. I guess you guys had a lot of lively action already all around the walk tubing world. So it looks like we're gonna have a relaxing one on this walk, if you guys don't mind. A change of vibes. Usually this early, it's gonna be slightly less people. Especially on a Tuesday morning. It's 8 minutes to 10 a.m. And there's plenty to eat. I grabbed a small treat myself when I was coming out. A little bit of I guess it's sweet. It's kind of like mango candy, but homemade, like mango paste. So I had that for breakfast. I'm not sure how good it is for my present diet, and I hope you guys had a chance to check out episode 5 of Phuket Fitness. We did some cardio this time around, despite some not so good audio. I'll be sure to fix that next time around and use a USB mic or some sort. But I took everybody on a 40-minute or so run around Princess Songkla University. So join me on that run as I try to do some commentary, huffing and puffing. And if the audio wasn't so bad, it would have been okay. I thought I sounded alright. But hope you guys can join me for that run on a 4K video on the replay. If you missed it on the premiere, that's what I mean. And hey Peter, let me get out of all the noise first. Then I'll have a chance to read your message. Always good to see you, Peter, and great to hear you call in on the Stumble stream. I think Johnny was expecting you, but I just pulled the Stumbles link earlier. If you want to listen to Peter, one of our amazing viewers, on that phone call, giving us an update on what's up, on his get fit and better health journey as well, just like myself. Perhaps a different type of fight, but definitely I think even more extreme than mine, as he has to face some surgery and some obstacles. So good health to you, Peter. Let me get to your message right away. Hi Alex, I'll only be able to watch for a short time tonight. Today was a busy despite Labor Day, and tomorrow will be busier. And thank you for reminding me, Peter. Good to have you here, and of course a very happy Labor Day to everybody. Cheers, and hope you're enjoying the walk so far. And no worries, Peter. I guess sometimes I can help you sleep a bit faster. That's also a good option, right? And I guess hello to Vivian Johnson on the replay. She's probably went to bed a bit early today, but today is a earlier stream. I don't want to bother this little fella. Seems friendly, seems to be having a good time, so let me get on my way. And here are some sights and views that add to the Phuket Road vibe. And sorry about the view. Us in and kept that angle for a while, so we're back on the wider angle now. That's quite alright. I've seen plenty of streamers do the normal angle, but we'll keep it in the wide angle for a more scenic view, I guess. Hey, welcome Yoshi, good to see ya. And I saw that you had a stream as well. Everybody check out Yoshi's stream as he walks alongside his friend and our friend of the community as well. And that's Alex Gets Around TO. So good to see you and Alex together, having a good time. So go over to Yoshi's channel and check out that amazing collab that they did. And of course, while you're there, check out Alex's channel as well, as he does some amazing content around the GTA area. Very knowledgeable of the TTC transit route, which is the Toronto Transit Commission. And I kid you not, a lot of my friends actually work for that organization. Whether from mechanic to driver, engineers, I know a few. And they've been long-term employees there. I guess it's not so bad working there. Alright, we could go further down that way or take a detour here. And one moment, let me see if I can gauge a little bit. I might take that detour. And I see Chatty Cathy in the house. Hello Chatty Cathy, good to see ya. And I believe that gift and membership was from John Barrientos. I'll put my big head on in a bit. I'm just trying to make sure everything is in working order first. And I think we're supposed to head down this way? This is confusing. But you know what? I'm gonna take a detour anyways, because I intended to take one today. It's funny, every time I do a little bit of planning, it tends to backfire. I have a better time when I don't plan. It looks like it's mighty hot, so you know what? We'll continue down this skinny stretch. I like to take everybody down here. I came here when I first arrived at the island when the university instructed me to come to a particular shop here to pick up my university uniform. So whether there is any type of instructions as I planned, I'm going to head down this road. It's a very local part of town. And okay. Howdy Cub, good to see you Chatty Cathy. And yeah, it was John that gifted the membership, and please do enjoy the members content. Good to see you in the chats once again and have you join us in the chats in this journey, and hope you're having a good one. Cheers. And as we get started, we have a few mods here finally now, as I was quite worried as the journey got started a little bit earlier. But a big shout out to all my mods. Thank you to all of you for everything that you guys do, including of course I just mentioned giving me tons of confidence where I have to focus a lot less on the chats and worrying about other issues, and I can enjoy the walk myself. So thank you for bringing plenty of joy to our chat, and as well of course for me. Thank you so much. And definitely hello to John on the replay. And there's a McDonald's around that corner, and this McDonald's has been here since I've been on the island, so it's gone through some renovation since then. So we'll make a loop down this way. And like I said, this is a lesser known part of town. Yeah, I'm sorry it happened to you, Yoshi. I'm kind of chiming in the chat as well. And Kathy is definitely right. I think Peter has to go in lurking mode before going to bed. Have a great day and week. You too, Peter. Thank you for joining us. And I think I'm quite happy I started this a bit early, so you're able to join us a little bit in the chats, of course. And once again, good health to you. And that looks like a fresh market, so local that I haven't been to. So let's do it. Better than the blazing sun. But I don't think they've seen many streamers here. But isn't that the fun part? I told everybody I was going to take a detour, and here we are. And I worked in the service and restaurant industry for many years. Growing up, I worked in the convenience store since I was a kid. And then, as well as got a chance to help out, or if anything, I did quite a bit manage since my dad didn't have a lot of knowledge in that. But anyways, at a young age, I had a chance to slightly run a fish and chip shop, being able to cook up that nice fish and chips. So I definitely know a little bit about customer service as, you know, a family business, right? I had to do that as well, and I encounter many BS along the way. So yeah, I definitely understand. It's a tough day. It's like that at times. But thank you for your services, Yoshi. As of course, you're just trying to do your job, yeah? Or just trying to enjoy your day, if anything. So we're walking down the fresh market a bit. And hopefully I don't get lost. And there's a lot of raw material here in terms of produce and meats. Compared to the Katu area where we went into the fresh market, you had a lot of places making food. Oh, I guess they have some here as well. It's just on the other end. That makes sense. I guess the Katu one is quite small, so it feels all like a little bit mingled together. But there's some chicken on this side. And sorry if I'm a bit slow on the chats, or if I missed any chats. I always don't mean to. And be sure that I'll say hello to you next time around. Hey, there's some flowers there. Let's go over to the flowers and we'll keep traditions going. And since Chatty Cathy is here with us, hello Chatty Cathy on the live stream. And hello Cynthia Sunflowers on the replay. As I think there are some mini sunflowers on this side. And the reason why these are made into bracelets is because often these flowers and this type of setting and decor for the flowers is for praying. So they take one of these bracelets to pray. And here are some mini sunflowers. And I remember her saying when she sees sunflowers, it definitely brings some joy, and I hope that does to everybody as well. And glad you're enjoying it, Chatty Cathy. I think we have more flowers in here as well. This is a very huge fresh market because we finished the Katu one in like one spin. Yeah, a lot of pretty flowers here. Hey, some different types of, it's probably not sunflowers, but beautiful flowers. Oh, look at those colors. And I assure you, it looks quite the same live to the eyes. It's beautiful. Megan says in this market there are chickens and there are bananas, but Are there any chicken bananas? Well, if I can do something about it, let me grab that chicken and banana. Or it might be easier just to invite sign for one of these walks. Let's do a loop around. I don't remember exactly where I came in from. That's quite alright. We can also walk around the outsides of the flea market as well. Let me see which road we're on. Wow, check out that background. Blazing hot out here. Let me just circle around. I'm having fun in here actually, so I'm glad I venture my way in here. Quite an adventure. And as we're just getting lost in this fresh market, we have plenty of time to check out Canadian Vasily's channel. I'm going to pull out the DT link. It's much easier to do so. And I'm pretty sure he had a end of August walk for everybody on a live stream. So check that one out. Fresh out of the oven. You know what? I'm gonna cut through the side here and then loop back. And we get to see a little more. Plenty of seafood as well. Always good for hot pot and barbecues. I guess nobody's surprised that Phuket has seafood and abundance of selections. Okay, one more loop and then we'll head out. I'm just having a good time. Plenty of different assorted type of eggs. And I think you probably find the best pricing here. If you want to grab a quick snack, from snacks to desserts, it's all there. And a continuation of temptations. Nice. And a lot of people, well, a lot of my friends anyways, they enjoy this fresh market vibe. It's a little more chaotic. And of course there's a back section. What was I thinking? So where exactly are we? Pineapples. So cute. I think that's her grandkid there. That's her mascot and slogan and logo. Hey Juanita, good to see ya. Can everybody tell I'm very excited to see my mods today. Thank you for joining us, Juanita. I know we said hi a few times. around the community. But hey, this is my live stream, so that high is ever so much better. Hello to you. Hope you're having a great day. Very busy in terms of streams and activity around the community. I think my phone is heating up. Hold on, let me get my fan on. And lucky I got that prepared. Let's cool down everything first. And I think I came out of the other side of the road. Okay, one more loop back in. And at nighttime, I remember, if I remember correctly anyways, all these are restaurants here, right? And they move some of these motorbikes here and they set up tables here so you can order food, sit down at all these restaurants, but they're only open in the evenings. And Chatty Cathy says, has anyone tasted white strawberries? I heard they taste like pineapple. Is it true? I tasted pineapples before, but how would I know the difference if they taste the same? I'll let you know though. I mean, I've been told everything tastes like chicken. And that actually went pretty far, that theory. Everything does, one way or another. Tastes like chicken sometimes. Alright, before I venture too far, I think I'm gonna make a loop around here. Almost got lost in there, but I guess I almost get lost everywhere I go to. Hello Jazz, good to see you. And Juanita just joined us, and the J-square equation is completed. Great to have you providing some sunshine for us. There's plenty of heat, but a lot of clouds as well. So we might need some brightening up. But I think the mood has been nice and upbeat since we started the walk. I'm having a great one. Like I said, the month of August has been ever so kind and easy to deal with. It went by so fast. I don't even notice it. And sometimes those are the best months, isn't it? Where you're busy, you have some routine in life, and you're just going about doing that. And finally, I guess me and Sign has been knocked off our routine, relocating and all that good stuff to a new place, and all that's been happening. So much needed type of routine to keep us stable. Oh, this guy's reversing, my bad. But lucky he saw me and the old lady walking beside me. But hope everybody's having a great day. If you're locally, it's currently 10:16 a.m. only. So grab some breakfast and enjoy the rest of this walk, as we're going to stroll some more. Now we're making our way back to Phuket Road. I think I should cross the street first. And for the rest of my homies in North America or other parts of the world, enjoying your evening. Hope you're having a great one. Hey, Don! As Intruder Alert Captain says, hello Alex, looks like a sunny day today. Sawadee Krab, and welcome Intruder Alert Captain. Thanks Don for the $10 super chat. And we didn't have a ride in today. It is a sunny day actually, despite some storm warnings around the area and also other parts of Thailand being hit with storms. Phuket has been very blessed with this wonderful day, but I will have some motorbike riding videos coming up, and of course I hope you enjoyed the last one we had up, which was Born to be Wild. And I think we all should deserve our own theme song and own version of that. Let me get off the road a little bit first, and I'm not gonna let myself go and off this shout out without doing Born to be Wild. Kumat Nakab, cheers. Yeah, we sang that song in many parts of town, so this is the first time we sang it by this part. Down by Old Phuket Road. And we'll take another detour. You're like, hey, these are busy streets, flea markets full of people. I'll take a small detour in the back streets and show you guys actually what living here is like. And you know, sometimes, often, a quick detour, you'll be surprised what's hidden back here, like a giant temple. I guess you can call this quite a mansion. Living alongside some smaller residential houses. And this would be the back of the temple we were praying at, I think. So thank you, Don, for hitting our super chat goals as well. And of course, hope you're having a great evening. I know it's been a very busy day and busy few days in the community in terms of content. And that's because the Canadian National Exhibition is ending. And that marks the end of summer. But plenty of sun here, and I will get us more riding videos. And I think I'm going to make one on the way back as well. And be sure to look out for that banner. And we'll have something fun and exciting worked out, as some of you already noticed that every time when we finish these adventures, I'll go back and redesign our banners to include a lot of appreciation, of course, but some of the fun times and good times we had together, and redesign the banner a little bit. And of course, I also mentioned you can feel free to opt out the banner in the thumbnail if you want to stay anonymous. And that's also cool by me, because that's just for interaction, adding a little fun for us, for those of my viewers who like it. So have it your way, as I heard once in a slogan somewhere. Just let me know in the chats or the comments. And hey, First Last, good to see you. Hope you're having a good one. We're walking down Phuket Road, and we haven't gone down this way for quite a while. I just took a detour to a flea market I don't believe the channel has ventured to yet, so we had a chance to check that out. It's a very sunny day now. I think it's because Jazz came and provided more brightness. And Juanita as well, of course. And cheers to all of you for being here. And I was very happy. Oh, here's the temple I was talking about. That was not the one we prayed at. What was I talking about? We prayed here before too. And you know what? Since we're at the back side, might as well go in the front end, or the front doors. Sorry about that. Make it sound like I'm talking about a car. We'll stay afar and just check out another temple. Plenty of temples on the way, especially in the older parts of town. And this area is quite close to Phuket Old Town still, and also near Sapan Hin, so a little bit in between. And we'll do a quick zoom in here. And Chatty Cathy says, be right back, no worries. And hope we'll catch you a little bit later. And happy lurking to Peter as well, if he hasn't fallen asleep yet. All right. Sorry about that. Let me get the Y angle back on. And the journey continues. And what adventures are you up to tonight, First Last? Hope you're staying put. I might have said this last time, but if you're on one of your driving adventures, well, we're also happy to keep you company. And I've been loving those Simpson eyes, especially for your icon. So if you don't mind, I'll be keeping that going for a bit. I had them on myself on the last thumbnail. I was like, I look pretty funny. But yeah, I hope everybody had a chance to check out the Phuket Walk edition of Born to Be Wild. Now, of course, you can't get any monetization with that, and that's quite alright. That belongs to the band, yeah? So every time you guys watch it, the band will be, or the copyright owners of that song will be the ones getting the praise. So feel free to support the song, the rightful copyright owners, and of course still enjoy it as the Phuket Walk edition. Yeah, thanks Don, I appreciate that. As Intruder Alert Captain says, that was very cool, Alex. Yeah, I thought, you know what, I always pull up the video and listen to it before I head out to get some motivation, especially on my riding days, right? So I figure we might as well have our own version. And do let me know any songs you like in particular, and I'll be, anyone of course that's a friend to the channel, let me know and I'll probably be able to make a version of the song for you. And that one is definitely a tribute to you, Don, for of course recommending me the song and inspiring me to have more motorbike rides. I do have the mount sorted out. We're just working on the audio now. I have to tweak some settings again with the audio with the phone, and I'll probably use the iPhone 16 audio, but I just have to choose the right speakers. I just walked by my mechanic there. He saw me. We said hello. Yeah, small island, eh? We'll probably see him on the way back. Let's see how we route everything. But we were supposed to do a little bit of spin back when we reached the flea market there. But I figured, hey, we got such a good crowd, and I started a bit early. And of course, we have some viewers that have been away for a while, so let's walk down here furthermore and enjoy the beautiful vibes here. It's 5 minutes to 10:30 locally. That's AM on the island. Phuket Island, that is, of course. And we're following the yellow brick road. No, we're walking down Phuket Road, that is. And we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Hey, traditional Thai milk tea. And hello to Pine Sol on the replay. I definitely know Pine Sol loves Thai milk tea. And I guess they're especially good if it's served at a local stall like that. I said solved, as in your thirst will be solved. And I usually sometimes walk up this sky bridge here, but we'll take a glimpse first, and if we do come back this way, we'll head up there a little bit after, yeah? And Megan says, I'll be back in a little bit, going to make some tea. Hey, definitely. You know what? I switched to drinking tea myself, but should I wait for you to come back, Megan, to tell that story? I'll wait a little bit, yeah? And this might go pretty good with tea. Some local style donuts and bak tongo. That smells delicious. There's plenty of the lights down Phuket Road even during the early hours. Well, I say early, but hey, for the island this is pretty early. 10:30 is, I say, when most people on the island wake up, including the tourists. But generally, of course, you'll still find plenty of people, the early birds at the flea market, or the fresh market, sorry, that we're just at Probably 7 a.m. the fresh market starts. But after that rush, you'll probably have to wait till 10:30 before you'll see a lively crowd again. I almost walked right in between them. Lucky I still have some manners. I was like, I can wait. And Peter Bradfield says, Alex, just in briefly, you need to still learn Steppenwolf's, the band I gave us Born to Be Wild, other great song, Magic Carpet Ride. Hey, we usually sing a song with Magic Carpet Ride involved, and that's a Disney version, so let me save that. Thank you so much, Peter. And as busy as I've been, I definitely do pull up the songs you recommend and have a listen to it. And here's a kitty just having a good nap, so let's not bother her or him. And yeah, I'll be sure to check it out. I'm sure Intruder Alert Captain would agree that might be a good song as well. Hey, more kitties along the way. Hello. Well, you be careful, you. That's an electrical pole. And she's like, I know. Okay. You guys know that I often say hello and walk off. You're like, what's wrong with you? Well, my cat doesn't like other cat smells on me. And also, my cat's a home cat, so to avoid diseases or the possibility of a virus, I tend to not pet them, but it is hard to resist, like last time around. And Don says, hello Peter, that's another great song. Alright. I'll definitely listen to that, and maybe if it rings a bell like Born to Be Wild does about 1,000 times in my head, we'll get that on a video as well. But Peter, you already have a song that you suggested that ended up in a 4K video that I sang actually. It wasn't great singing, but that video had a lot of meaning. So I do appreciate the songs. Cheers. And if I can't get it out of my head, we'll find those songs in the video for the channel. Hello Lee. Good to see ya. You might have missed it a little bit of the journey, in terms of the flea market we're at, but we still have banner time that we got to pull one for Don. And I'm walking all the way down to Sapanhin seashore. That wasn't supposed to be part of the journey because I was supposed to loop back a little bit. But I think I'm gonna go to the waters and give us a banner pull, get us a good view for everybody, check out the ocean vibes a little bit, because I guess nobody really went to the seashores or near water for most of the content on the community. Well, except Johnny Strides, who went to Quebec and probably had a wonderful time at a waterfall. So Johnny Stumbles might be awesome, but Johnny Strides is also quite cool as he took a recent trip to Quebec. So there's plenty of content from that part of town, including, like I mentioned, me and him, who only a few people who went by the waters, I guess, this week. And since we're heading this way towards Sapanhin, we'll be able to take a glimpse of Phuket immigration. And of course, there's another Phuket immigration in other parts of town, I think Patong. But this is the one that I praise, who's always ever so helpful and wonderful. The officers there are amazing people. Never had an issue. And of course, if we ever did, it was because I had some documents wrong and they were ever so kind to show me what I need to rectify to get things done. So I think this place is wonderful. But welcome Lee. We'll be pulling those banners further up the road, which I said is a little bit of detour. I plan to save Sapanhin for maybe another day, but I said, hey, today is hot, it's sunny, and there's a storm warning, so this is definitely a blessing. There's no storms here, so we're gonna head by the seashore at Sapanhin, pulled a beautiful banner. They had a new structure there. Some of you might have not seen yet, as me and Sign had the opportunity to see it firsthand on a collab last time around. But I think that would be a great spot to pull the banner. And no worries, the banner are a little bit separated from the thumbnails. So wherever we pull the banner, I still can design a thumbnail anywhere. That's nice. I'm already thinking about what to make again. And like I said, a big shout out to my supporters last time around, and that's Peter Bradfield, of course, Paul Blunt as well, amazing member, our legendary member, Liam from Epic Nation HD, and of course yours truly, Canadian Vasily, and John Barrientos, who gifted those amazing memberships, including the one for Chatty Cathy. All good people, so hope everybody's enjoying that gifted membership, and cheers once again to John. So it's definitely a little bit hot now. I'm building a little bit of a mist around my hat. But every time now when I build up a bit of a sweat, I remember Megan says, I'm doing it right. Let's get myself across first. Oh crap. And great to have everybody here. And happy Labor Day once again. To those of you celebrating it, hope you're enjoying that time off. And also well wishes to Marge, as we recently seen her back in the community chatting and alongside having a good time alongside her partner in crime, Vivian. So great to see Marge back, and good health to her. Well wishes to Marge. And we have some waters here. But let's make our way to a bigger body of water, I guess. Provided by the Andaman Ocean or Andaman Sea. And hello to Alp Tarkin, good to see you. As he says, hello, we are coming to Phuket Thursday. Wow, welcome to Phuket. An early welcome. And you get to check out some of the good weather that I've been talking about, that we've been blessed with here during supposedly a storm warning and the rainy season. Now the storm warning is real, so stay up to date in terms of news about that. But so far you can check out how the weather is like on the live stream, because this is not fake. And as I often say, there will be some passing rain, and you guys probably experienced that all alongside me together when it happens. But today is plenty of sun, and I'm building a little bit of sweat. So we've been blessed all year round with wonderful weather here. So we might not have had a very or super busy high season in terms of comparing to some better days and better years, but I think the better low season is helping up. And there's plenty of events and festivals still happening, but there'll be more bigger events and festivals to come as we near the high season once again, and that is in October. Weather dependent, but more so mid to late October. But hey, welcome to Phuket at a good time, I would say. Welcome to Phuket Walk, as we probably take a early walk for you down this part of town. And I think we have a lot of viewers, including Kathy, that likes flowers. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to check this out. And Megan also loves flowers indeed. So let's check it out together. Some of you probably have flowers, of course, where you are, but these flowers are local and native to Phuket Island, so you might have not seen these ones in particular. Yay! Glad you're having a good time, Kathy. And the last members video, I was a little bit iffy if I should release it. I didn't think it was all that good. And then I watched my running video. I'm like, oh my, I'm gonna keep deleting videos because the members video was way better than my running one. So one way or another, I spent some time to save both of those. And hopefully it's not too bad and everybody gets to enjoy it. But wow, plenty of different styles and types of flowers here. And I think these ones come with fruits. Sorry, I bit on my tongue on that one. A little bit dry right now in the mouth. Okay, I'm gonna get myself out of the sun. I hope you guys like that small detour. A display of beautiful flowers. Megan says, always important to stop and smell the flowers. Now that I'm off coffee, you're totally right. Stop and smell the flowers. Well, I'm not so sure about sniffing them, but we can check it out and smell it with our nose. It's all a vibration, I heard. All waves. Smell with our eyes. All waves, right? But thank you, Megan, for the reminder. As Juanita and Jazz often does as well, telling me to check that out, slow down. That's beautiful. And once I read it in the chats, I start to notice, you know what, that is beautiful. So a lot of times beauty needs to be recognized when you turn your brain on. It's there. It might be there all the time. But if you don't go and see it, you might miss it anyways. Okay, hope the DJI mic 2 is in working order because I have the fan on for quite a while now. And I'm gonna put it on a lower level so we have the fan at our services a little bit longer. And sorry, I was a bit occupied before, but hey, check out Johnny Strides. And of course his journey to Quebec, including a live stream, a few live streams, and plenty of 4K videos. And the one I was talking about where he was also at some water. Yeah, a really beautiful falls. Not like the waterfall we have here in Katu. It's called the Katu Falls, but it's very small. So check out a bigger one over at Johnny Strides. And can we see the view to the left again for a second? Sorry about the chat. Which view are we looking at? Oh, no worries, Kathy. We can always walk back. You mean by the building there? Or you mean by these tents over here? To my right. The other right? Me and Sign did that on the members video. And see what I mean? Sometimes I do walk way too fast. Yeah, the tents, I thought it was a beach. This area, no, they're setting up for a market, I think. They usually set up a huge market here with events. And I think it might be for the evening time. on we have to walk back anyways. You know what? We'll dive in a little bit on the way back. There's a small beach here, but you gotta walk further down that way. And I mean small, it's just a small stretch of sand. Usually Sapanhin's more known for being a park, a scenic, it provides scenic views, and there are some local boats docked around. But I think the reason for less swimmers is the water's quite rocky, especially on the bottom, so a lot of people might get injured, as we probably enjoy sandy beach and sandy bottoms more so. Kathy says, it's okay, my eyes were playing tricks on me. Yeah, it's been doing that to me my whole lifetime. So I understand, no worries. Yeah, let's see if we can get an opportunity to come to one of these night markets. Me and Sai meant to cover a few markets, so this one could be included. We haven't been to one for a while, as you guys know. It's been a busy month, but a very, like I said, a positive one. So let me make my way to the seashore quickly. Hopefully, Don, you're not falling asleep yet and still with us. There might be some buffering here, but I'm going to pick up the pace as we get to enjoy this path through the mangrove a little bit. And also hello to Steven on the replay, Rampant. He's the one that actually mentioned that, hey, check out the mangrove the first time. I've seen Steven a little bit. I guess he's been busy. We talked a little bit in the chat. But hope he'll enjoy the content. Lee's back to join me and Megan alongside Chatty Cathy at the mangrove. And like I said, I hope everybody's still with us and not falling asleep yet. I still need to pull a banner for Don. As Intruder Alert Captain says, that's a good name for a bar, the Sandy Bottom Bar. Yeah, I like that. I'll take a drink there. Just because it sounds cool. But this is the overgrowth up top. That's probably gonna cost some of the buffering, but hey, you guys get the feel of the vibes here. And this question, you think in the low season is the island tour safe? Can I join them or what? I'm not sure actually, whether the high seasons or the low seasons. Generally I just walk around, and I usually walk around Phuket Island, so I'm not sure about the tours at all. So you'll probably have to find information on that on your own. So cheers, and I apologize for that. I often say to everybody and every viewer on this channel, I just walk around and show you guys what I see. And hey, Trojan. I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the ambience here a bit. But I assure you I'm here. And then Megan's saying, what kind of hammer did you make, Lee? I was just gonna shut up, and Megan's getting me talking again. Oh, Lee, now you're making me want to get some caffeine of my own. You know, I'm still allowed to drink tea. It's a good suggestion though. I might take an island tour and bring everybody around one day. But unfortunately, I haven't done so for a while. And the last time I did it was 12 years ago, or 11 maybe. As often my trips elsewhere is a lot further. So there's plenty of Thailand and even surrounding areas of Phuket that I can bring everybody to explore. As you can see, me and San before were quite complacent, as I often mentioned before. We just kind of mind our business, ran our cafe, and had a great time with our catch. And that was all right until that kind of fell apart. So you have to pick up where you left off and continue walking, I guess. And here we are, continuing the walk in that dream. So plenty of places to explore going forward. So when I do take that tour, I'll let everybody know what my reviews are. But isn't that great, actually? Even for me and Sign, a lot of places around Phuket Island we travel to, it still wows us because we didn't travel all that much locally, as a lot of people don't. I mean, I lived in Toronto for 25 plus years. How many times have I gone up to CN Tower? Twice, one on a school trip, and the other time to have dinner with somebody. And all I remember from that was a beautiful view, and I think I had Stella. And thanks, guys. As Megan says, this is a really lovely, this path is really lovely. It reminds me a lot of bamboo forest. Yeah, it does feel that way. Well, that's mangrove in terms of plant growth and nature. And here we are, as promised, the seashore. It took a while to get here, but I think it's worth it. Cheers, Kathy. Megan goes, "Oh, I'm just drinking a regular green tea. But you know me, I have some matcha powder." Right. Regular green tea with matcha powder. That's kind of like when you order milk tea here and you go, a little bit of sweet. And by no means will it end up a little bit. Every time when I do that and they give me the sweetest drink in the world, I'm like, the barista must be the sweetest person in the universe. Yeah, that's just kind of like me, Megan. No worries, I do that too. I'll just have a biscuit and this whole load of chocolate sauce. And then I'll tell everybody, I just had a biscuit this morning. And this is the new structure and design and landmark they put in. Now I said we're just going to make it to the seashore and pull a banner, so let's do that first before everything heats up. And thank you so much, Don. Good, you can have you can join us. Sorry, I'm biting on my tongue. Good that you can join us. I know it's quite late over there, so hopefully I'm not too boring today and made you fall asleep already. But do feel free to fall asleep a little bit afterwards. But if anything, let's get that banner going, eh? I'm gonna put my other phone away and rely on all my mods and everybody here to let me know if something goes wrong. But what could go wrong? It's a Phuket Alex stream, right? What could go wrong? All right, nobody's around. Born to be wild. We'll definitely sing that on a motorbike instead next time, and I'll be sure to check out the new song that Peter recommended. But before all that happens, hey, thank you so much, Intruder Alert Captain. Cheers to you, Don, for always being amazing and awesome. Definitely a Wawa, wee Wawa viewer and member, and a big part of the community, and a victory to us today, and of course many days before today and many more days to come. Cheers. Here's the fireworks before I blab away into nothingness or daylight. There's plenty of light here. And it's getting hot and warm, but hey, this is what we do here. Fireworks during the daytime. And cheers to you, Don. And so glad you're here to see this live. And as he says, I'm still wide awake. You keep on walking, man. I will continue doing that. No worries. All right, thank you so much once again for being awesome. And be sure to stay tuned for that thumbnail. Thank you very much, Intruder Alert Captain. And you know what? That blocked the structure a bit. I'm gonna put it on the side, and one more thank you. Hey. Thank you, everybody. We'll stay here for a little bit, but not too long. I'll walk down a small stretch. We'll enjoy the seashore a bit before I make my round trip down Phuket Road. So hopefully some of you are still awake by the end of the journey. No, thank you very much, Don. I appreciate you, man. And like I said, do stay tuned for the thumbnail. Sometimes I am a little bit slow, but that's only because I'm spending some time on it, yeah, and not just randomly throwing things up there. I give it some thought, if not a lot. And like I said, all for interaction and good times. And I appreciate all of you that enjoy some of those designs I make and have a good chuckle or laugh out of it, of course. And hey, Hajat, as we say, thank you once again to Intruder Alert Captain. Hajat says, I'm heading to bed. Have a good night, Alex, and everybody. Thank you, Hajat, for joining us. I know you always make an amazing effort to join my streams, and I definitely appreciate that. And you know what? We're going to venture into the hot sun so you can have a nice glimpse of this before you head to bed. So maybe I'll help you have a good morning as well, Hajat. Thank you so much for being an amazing viewer at Phuket Walk. And of course, you're the first one in, I believe, today. So cheers to you. Thank you. And as one good friend departs us, another wonderful friend, so wonderful that I stuttered, has joined us. Who could I be talking about? Well, of course, the one and only, yours truly, Kurt Affair. Good to see you, bro. As I always say, and you might get bored of this, but I find it quite true, Kurt often joins us after a wonderful walk from NRK. So good to have you remember me, my good friend. As of course, Anna does amazing streams in the Las Vegas area. Let's walk through the structure a little bit. Check out the seashores and ocean vibes for Kurt Affair and everybody before we make a return trip. Let's see if we grab some tea along the way But I might be alright, so let's see, like I said. So the water has receded actually for us to see some sand here. But I did mention it's quite rocky, and that's no lie, you can see the rocks. Let's work my phone a little harder. And what are we looking at? Here we are. And Kathy says, I saw a fish on the sculpture. We'll check out the sculpture again. And despite being quite peaceful here, there's plenty of action actually out there at sea. I better get out of the sun. Yeah, there's the fish. And this is what we came here to see actually. And this thing is actually really nicely designed. And thanks, Kathy, for pointing that out. And we're able to check out some fish, or improper term, fishies. And I see some more actually. If we come to this side, I'm pretty sure we're in the back checking that out. But yeah, here's a better glimpse. I think there's all sorts of stuff there. I see some Chinese writing as well. 5 luck, it says, I think. And there's a boat, I think. Yeah. Good artwork. And thank you, Kathy. See, I was just telling everybody I need your help to tell me to slow down in life and check it out. Actually, this whole channel and journey has been like that, isn't it? I get to come out and check things out all over again. And I think my CN Tower example made a point, because many of you that do live in the 416, I guess we don't plan to go to the CN Tower every day or too often, do we? Unless you work there, I guess. Okay, let's make a return trip, and I'm going to take us through that bamboo-like path, but definitely the mangrove. And Megan says, do the beaches in Phuket have a lot of seashells? I haven't seen an abundance of them, but I'm sure if you go to, there's so many beaches here though, right? When you go to some of them, you can definitely find it. I've seen people digging and catching seafood over near the northern parts of the island, over at Bang Tao, I think, or even at Nanyang. So you can definitely catch a lot of shellfish, but in terms of being washed ashore, it's not that noticeable. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen some beaches where you see a lot of shellfish just washed ashore, but I haven't seen it like that here. Or maybe they just do a really good cleanup job. What do I know? Yeah, that is beautiful artwork, as Kurt says. Chatty Cathy is our official fish spotter. Thank you. As you're in competition now with Megan to be the official comedian, but I think we can have official too. Or 2 officials. Yeah, there's a fish market, I think. I actually haven't been there, but a lot of the fresh markets are probably a good bet already to get some seafood. That's good pricing. But yes, there is a fish market here, but a more touristy one is over at Rawai, where they have like a lot of fresh caught fish displayed, and then you pick it and then you cook it there. But it feels very touristy to me. So you're probably talking about the more local styles by the ocean. I'd say a lot of the fresh markets are already a good bet, but if you go to a fresh market, particularly near a beach, of course you'll probably have more abundance of seafoods there. But does it sound like I'm not that big of a seafood expert? That's because I'm not. As Peter knows, I don't eat a lot of lobster or crab. Not that I don't like it, they're alright. And Kathy also spot the fish and sea monsters. I think the artist will appreciate that. As you know, bonehead me will only see, there are holes in that thing. And thanks to you guys, I'm starting to see, oh wait, those tiny holes all form something. It's art. So don't we always see a lot more when we have adventures together? And cheers, Chatty Cathy. As she says, she'll find the timestamp on the replay. No, I really walked right past it, so it's so cool, right? I was just talking about that a little bit earlier, that everyone often reminds me of what to look at. And please continue to do so. And no worries, there's plenty more walking. So feel free to fall asleep now and engage yourself. It is another early start for the channel. And it's currently 11:04 a.m. And we got almost an hour before lunchtime. So those of you locally enjoying the daytime, sit back and relax. You can grab your lunch a little later if you haven't done so already. And do enjoy the evening and the night for those of you in the other parts of the world. And hello to my amazing member and subscriber Michael as well, from the UK, as I know he should be either on the island or getting close to it. So safe travels to you, Michael. And of course, a very big, warm and early welcome to Phuket. And have a great one. That's all that matters. Have a good time on the island, man. And I think this time around you will, as I guess everybody got a chance to check out the weather here and what type of weather you can enjoy. And you can expect, of course, some passing rain. And Phuket has done well in terms of being hit by storms so far, anyways. And I'm definitely not no news channels. We're just a walking positive channel that talk about random fun things of life. And sometimes it's not so fun and meaningful things. But welcome all of you to Phuket Island, as this year has been a wonderful year, and you guys can check out whatever you guys want to see on a lot of the 4K videos and live streams that we do here. So aside from me telling everybody to check out other channels this time around, please do check out my channel and press that subscribe button, of course, and join the growth of Phuket Walk. And also, hey, like that content if you're in the mood, but do join us on these adventures like this one today. Just a nice and relaxing vibe with the community, and I always have a great community here. It took quite a while for us, and us meeting every one of us, members, viewers, mods, to arrive at this point. So thank you very much. I'm absolutely blessed and grateful, and this journey has been very meaningful for me and Sign. It's not just a channel, it's life-changing. And I often say, a little bit different from other people who might do this for a hobby. Hey, I need this. It's not a hobby, it's life-changing, like I said, keeping the dream alive. And me and Sign has been recently talking a little bit, maybe dreaming a little further, and one day I'll be able to take my wife to Toronto and visit a lot of amazing friends on the channel, of course, and walk together on my old stomping grounds. So plenty to do, and some old dreams renewed and continued, and some new dreams to come. But I think one word of advice that I will keep dear to me is given by an amazing friend of mine. I call him Johnny Strides. And that advice is to keep my head down and continue grinding. So let's keep my head down without missing too much beauty and keep on walking, as we're gonna take a return trip now on Phuket Road. And I almost said, welcome Tom Cruise to the live stream, but we're just talking about the actor. And Megan says, I think this is my favorite walking path you filmed so far. That's awesome, Megan. Hopefully I didn't do a horrible job at the recording and camera work. But I figured it's a good day, we have a good crowd, and we hit the super chat goal, so let's adventure a little bit further than the original plan. Fresh Market. And then we'll check out Sapan Hin and the whole area more thoroughly on the next live stream. But today is to relax and chillax on a road that we haven't adventured and walked down for a while, and that's Phuket Road. Yeah, Tom Cruise does do a lot of his own stunts as well. And if I didn't remember wrong, actually one of my favorite films that he made has nothing to do with action. And many people would say WTF when I mentioned the name, but hey, I don't know, I really liked it. And I didn't mention the name yet, so let me think of it, and I'll let you guys know what it's called. I actually remembered it for a glimpse and then I forgot it again. And I'll take this time to leave the suspense so you guys can, oh, I remember already, but you guys can guess what that movie is. What movie has Tom Cruise made that has nothing to do with action? And I don't think he's made a movie called Mission Impossible. And Trojan says, I'm going to join you on that advice and keep our heads down and keep sleeping. I guess that's part of the advice. Whatever I guess you're aiming for. And that movie would be Vanilla Sky. I watched it many years ago and had no clue what the movie was talking about all the way through. And even afterwards, I didn't know what to feel. But it slowly grew on me. I thought about it for a little while, and then I went back to rewatch it. And I'm never into movies that are dramatic or sappy, because I, try to keep myself in a positive vibe. As I often say, the world likes to throw a lot of gloomy things at you already. But I really enjoyed it, Vanilla Sky. It stuck in my head till now. Thank you, Megan. Vanilla Sky is a great movie. When I first mentioned it to my mate, and this of course was many years ago in my 30s, we're trying to be macho guys, during those eras, I guess. And I was like, I really enjoy Vanilla Sky. And all he did was give me a weird look, and then he took a drink of beer and said, cheers, mate. Let's talk about football. Yeah, Chatty Cathy, cheers. Hey, there's two awesome people that also enjoy what I enjoyed. Like, it was one of those few movies that I watched again. Believe it or not, I actually watched Titanic 2 times, but that was not on purpose. I went to a date on one of them, and then my friends wanted to see it again, and I went to another one, and then I went to another date. Anyways, so yeah, I spent a lot of hours watching Jack and the lady throw the ring away. And for those of you who enjoyed the Titanic, my bad, it was just a dry joke. Don't take it too personally. And I hope you guys enjoy the seashore. And a couple of times around, we got to check out that mangrove path. I always like it. It's not something you can see everywhere. It does resemble a bamboo path, I agree. But it's indeed a mangrove, as a lot of that on ground level is filled up with seawater. And there's Phuket immigration. And I did mention in my own experience anyways, the best immigration to me. Well, I only been to them, so I never had a need to go to anybody else, so I love it here, so good for them. And like I said, always friendly service and helping you out and what you need. Thank you, Megan, for joining in the joke, as I had to stop there and laugh and catch my breath. Megan says, I'll never let go, Jack. Proceeds to let him sink. You know, when you watched it 3 times, that's how it plays out in your brain and memory as well. Didn't she just say that? And then what happened next, right? I mean, they could have scripted that a little bit differently. I don't know, maybe they had the perfect line. I mean, what were you gonna say? I'll only let you go once, Jack. I mean, if you swim back up again, I'll hold on. I don't know. Okay, hold on, ladies and gents. As I too focused on laughing, I forgot to charge my other phone, so let me plug it in. They script it right. We're just being picky. That's a real story as well. Oh no. Is the sound not working? Okay, hold on. Let me go across the street first, get out of the sun. And then I'll fix the sound for us. Thank you, Lee. No sorry. No sorries needed. Definitely doing what you're supposed to do as a mod. And thank you, Megan, as well, for letting me know. It seems okay now. Yeah, and it does do that throughout the trip sometimes. Thank you for letting me know, though. It is important that I double check on it, of course, because I often hate it when I walk and talk into the abyss, meaning the audio is not even on, so. So I'm glad it's going good again. And thank you once again, Lee. Nah, Chatty Cathy was right. That was what happened. But it's still pretty funny if you think about it in a different perspective. It was a long time ago. Sheesh. What was that? 2000? 2001? It might have been even before 2000. What am I talking about? And you know, I always walk by deep fried bananas, and Sign always wants some. I sometimes feel bad that I don't pick it up for her, but when I do, by the time she gets home and eats it, it's not very deep fried either. It's just more banana than deep fried. And I'm not ending the stream yet, just letting everybody know I'm having a great time. Thank you for being great company and coming along today. So we'll continue the walk, of course, down Phuket Road and enjoy today's vibe some more. Cheers, everyone. As Chris says, there's always money in the banana stand. Yeah. Yeah, 1997. Geesh. Wow. Wowzers. 97. You don't have to feel that, Megan. No worries. You got me here. We're from the same years. I always feel young at heart. It gives me the opportunity to say, yeah, 80s babies. And Chatty Cathy says, I was working at the Eaton Center. Wow, Cineplex at the time. You must really remember that movie then. That's so cool. When did I watch it for the first time? I don't even remember. It was at Fairview Mall, I think it was. Anyways. that Rose had one job. Sorry, I'm having too much fun checking out the chats, and that's a lot harder on my app screen. But great to see everybody having a good time. I'm all smiles on this journey. And a great sunny day, no rain. And plenty of warmth to enjoy. And I guess that's why people visit the island, for some heat and sun, and enjoy the beach a bit. And good to see you, Stuart. As he says, morning all. I watched Batman and Robin in Toronto in 1997. Hey, I still remember that version. The movies back in the days had less graphics and a lot more real props. Good to have you join us, Stuart. We still have plenty of walking to do. We're making a return trip on Phuket Road. A nice, tasteful in terms of history part of the island. And we haven't walked up and down Phuket Road for quite a while, so today's a treat for myself as well. But we did hit all the way down to Sap Hin seashores and hold a banner for hitting our super chat goals, thanks to Intruder Alert Captain. So hope you're having a good one, Stuart. And if I missed anybody on the chat, my apologies. Sometimes that does happen. I did say we might hit up that sky bridge, but I completely ignored it. My bad. But I'm thinking about probably visiting that night market that we saw a little bit earlier at Sap Hin. I might need some new shoes, but I'm not really a barefoot fan. I'm more of the cushion type style lover in terms of shoe wear and footwear. As Megan says, 80s kids unite. We had a lot of good shows and cartoons growing up during that era. And some international mixed in there. Remember the Power Rangers? Samurai sushi cats. Or ninja cats, sorry about that. Or was it sushi? Samurai ninja cats. I remember watching Thundercats. Maybe that would explain my love for cats. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters. Who you gonna call? There's something strange in the neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Told you I was having fun. Nobody seemed to mind. That's a nice bike there she's riding. And she's very skillful to ride the bike, actually. Wow, good for her. Definitely takes some skills to ride that big bike. Especially, I guess, at her height. She didn't seem very tall to be able to flat foot or even tiptoe a little bit. But good for her to have the skill to ride it. And there's a lot of talent here in terms of riding motorbike in Thailand. I kid you not, they're on a different level. In terms of having great skills. And let me catch up on the chat a little bit if I missed anything. And then Megan says, Power Rangers, yeah! She knows all the stuff I'm talking about. Well, I guess the Powerpuff Girls and all that came way after. And then there was the Pokemon era. But some of those cartoons I mentioned were way older than that. And Stuart says, I arrived Phuket on Friday night, staying in Patong. Can't wait to get there. Yeah, safe travels. Definitely safe travels, and of course I hope Patong treats you well and Phuket treats you well overall. But hey, worry about that when you get here. I'm sure you're excited, and enjoy the travel and the flight here first, right? I know a lot of people like to get to their destination, but I think, hey, once your vacation has started and you're on board that plane, you're officially on vacation. So enjoy the flight as well, definitely. I often like to grab a little glass of wine to help me sleep when I'm on flight, especially the longer flights. Let's cross the street and check out the other side a little bit, yeah? Yo, He-Man! Almost forgot about that one. That's a classic indeed. Oh, there's so many good ones. It's slowly coming back. I mean, even Tom and Jerry was alright. I guess it was on a little bit of the more action side of things. Here, let me catch up on the chats a little bit and ensure we have enough power to go forward. And Kurt says, Alex, if there's one cartoon character that represents you best, who is it? And why is it Slimer from the real Ghostbusters? How did you know, Kurt? You know, I'm not even going to joke around. I was actually thinking about saying that Slimer was actually my favorite character. Slimer's a great character. And then my AI on my other phone says Slimer is a great character. Hilarious. Let me get out of people's way first. And 7-Eleven, eh? Well, Slimer is alright. I think, hey, why wouldn't he be? He's someone that left the world but decided to hang around to help out. And he always enjoys eating. That's something I do as well. But yeah, to answer your question, I guess there's an animated version of some of the Avengers, and I always, growing up, enjoy reading Spider-Man. So yeah, I would pick Spider-Man. I'm not saying I'm a hero or anything, but it was a character that I could relate to, especially when I was going to school. And Peter Parker, being the witty kid or annoying kid that he was, Kind of reminded me a lot of myself, but who only probably meant well for the world. So yeah, I like Peter Parker. And Chris says, I'm a big Spider-Man fan too. I have a Spidey mug. That's awesome. Yeah, so if you were to ask, who is the second character most like yourself, I'll say Venom. But we'll stick with Spider-Man and stick with that one first. Eddie Brock ain't so bad. He's just probably Spider-Man and Peter Parker that had a bit too much to drink, I guess. I'm glad everybody's enjoying some of the cartoons I watched growing up as well. And even the movies, they have some amazing ones. I remember Back to the Future. That's 1, 2, and 3. Those are really good. Yeah, never-ending story. That was definitely from our time as well. Well, a lot of us grew up with it, kind of, yeah. Hold on, I'm just trying to read the chat while navigating my way. Sometimes I get distracted, you guys can imagine. Especially when beautiful murals are like that up on the wall. So let's step to the side and check out the mural first this time around. And I remember at a super young age, I watched some of the Care Bears. No shame. Don't tell me you guys don't know who the Care Bear is. And here's the beautiful mural. Not exactly Care Bear, but I see Garfield up there. And if you guys want to make fun of the Care Bears, I'm convinced that it influenced Iron Man to have that centerpiece shoot out lasers. The Care Bears were doing it years ago. Chris says, now Alex is a don't care bear. I still care. But more like a grumpy old Care Bear. And Lee says, yeah, I know the Care Bears. Cheers to you, Lee. I squeaked a little bit on there. So much joy and laughter. Hey, I remember Kids Incorporated. Any of you remember Ghost Rider? It was a show. I think it might have been by CTV, but before all the cable got all started, there was a kids show called Ghost Rider, and I used to really love that show growing up. And then of course it just ended because, you know, sometimes it doesn't do so well. But I really enjoyed Ghost Rider. Very random tune from that series and show. You gotta believe and reach for the sky. You gotta believe and reach sky high. Nobody knows that one, I know. Megan says, oh my god, yes, Ghost Rider. Are you serious? I have mentioned it to a handful of my friends. And of course, they have to be close friends. I'm not telling everybody I enjoy Ghost Riders. But it was a great show growing up. I think it was on like channel 19 or something. It was a channel that not everybody watched all the time back in the days. Yeah, a lot of my favorite songs are from the 80s and 90s too, Kathy. But, you know, I like them karaoke tunes, right? In the good old days. Let's cross the street. You asked me if I loved you, and I choked on my reply. I'd rather hurt you honestly than mislead you with a lie. And who am I to judge you on what you say or do? The moment's just beginning to see the real you. Sometimes when we touch, oh, the honesty's too much, and I have to close my eyes and hide. I wanna hold you till I die, till we both break down and cry. I wanna hold you till the fear in me subsides. And I think that song must have been from that era. And that's kind of what we do here. We walk around, we talk a little bit, have a good time, and sometimes I go into song and scare everybody and lose a few viewers along the way, but that's alright. If that's what you're into, remember to subscribe to Phuket Walk and join in our adventures, please. And I'm seeing some awesome names here. And Chatty Cathy says, the polka dot door. Yeah, the polka dot door. The polka dot door. See you soon at the polka dot door with songs and stories and so much more. Do 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 do. The polka dot door. And I guess if you talk about the polka dot door, there's also the elephant show. And Alvin and the Chipmunks. Alvin, Simon, Theodore. Do 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 do. Okay, we have arrived at the clock tower at Phuket Old Town. So this would be a little bit of the beginning of the victory lap, as we often take around these times, because we've been walking around for 2 hours now. So thank you everybody so far for joining us on this very hot day, I would say, on a lovely morning here. Tuesday morning, if I still remember correctly. It's currently 11:42, so almost lunchtime. And like I said, we're gonna start counting down as we walk the stretch of our victory lap. And let me double check on the chat. Kathy says, you really took me back, Alex, with the polka dot door theme song. I'm glad you liked it. I often sang along, and also alongside the chipmunks as well. And why not do some singing towards the end of our journey here? And thank you everybody for your patience, for not being too annoyed with my singing. And Megan says the show size small. The only thing similar to what you're describing, I guess, is Pee-wee's Playhouse, where I always remember the giant couch. And the word of the day, of course, where everybody screams once the word occurs. I hope I can do that on the channel. It'll be harder to pull off. Imagine if we have that word of the day here. Let's check out the Clearwater River here. And thank you for joining us today, Chatty Cathy, once again, because she's the one that provided the name for us. Or we'll be just calling it some river that runs through Phuket Old Town like I often did. Yeah, Pee-wee, I kind of enjoyed his show, but tragic story, I guess. His famous laugh, ha ha! Or, it's a little bit deeper than that. Yeah, Beetlejuice. I remember that as well. I actually never liked it at the beginning, and then I just kept on watching it and I thought, hey, it's not so bad. Alright, I set out to walk down Phuket Road today and I guess make a detour to check out the flea market, or the fresh market. I keep on calling the flea market. I guess you can call it that at some rate as well. But I definitely enjoyed that little route that we took and some of the fun, interesting things we saw there. And then I made my way further to Sapanhin to check out the seashores and of course pull that banner for Intruder Alert Captain. Thank you so much, Don. And I think we can end the episode and wrap things up with another song. I haven't gone off key yet, and I'm hoping to do so today. So let's end the episode like we do with a song. Maybe I'll switch things up a little bit this time around. I'm lying alone with my head on the phone, thinking of you till it hurts. And I know you hurt too, but what else can we do? Tormented and torn apart. I wish I could carry your smile in my heart, for times when my life seemed so low. It would make me believe what tomorrow could bring, when today doesn't really know. Doesn't really know. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I can't be too late to say I was so wrong. I'm all out of love. What am I without you? I can't be too late to say that I was so wrong. And I guess as usual I probably got the lyrics wrong, but hopefully you guys are not too annoyed and I didn't startle anybody who's already fallen asleep. Saying hello from afar, lovely ladies. And then Stuart says, I'm gonna be singing this all day now. Cheers, and cheers to all of you who know and enjoy Air Supplies. I listened to some of their tunes growing up as well. And that was All Out of Love, something that I've been singing a little bit recently for my cat. But thank you everybody for joining in today, and I hope you enjoyed the episode, as I know we had a few days off and today was very fun and positive for myself, and I have a lot more of that positiveness to continue throughout the day. So cheers to everybody. Of course, a big thank you to hitting my super chat goals today to Intruder Alert Captain. So cheers to ya, and I hope you enjoy the banner, and we'll definitely get that thumbnail sorted out and some new designs up after the walk. And cheers to those of you who supported me on the previous walk. Sorry about the delayed thumbnail, but a big shout out to Paul Blunt, Peter Bradfield, John Barrientos, my legend member, of course, Liam. That's Epic Nation HD, and alongside Destination Travels, Canadian Vasily. And now let me get my big head up and say a goodbye to everybody. So don't be too startled. Kakumana Cup, I hope everybody wasn't too annoyed with all that singing and screaming that we did today, and somehow, one way or another, had a good time, because I certainly did. Kakumana Cup, everybody, for coming along for today's journey, and especially big shout out to all my mods. I definitely missed all of you when we first got started, so cheers to you, everybody. That's always been ever so great, all my moderators, and also big thanks to Intruder Alert Captain Don. We'll be doing more motorcycle riding going forward, but if anything, I'll have more videos until we get those audio issues sorted out. Kakumana Cup, and I'm going to wrap things up. Thank you very much, everybody, because I'm your Phuket walker, Alex. Saudi Cup, Saudi Ka, and Saudi Ja, or I shall catch you later. And sorry for not giving a big shout out for those of you who's hang around till this late or this long. So cheers to Lee, and thank you to Alp Tarkan, also to Chatty Cathy, of course, and Trojan, Elk Explorer, Megan, thank you. And hey bro, Kurt Affairs, and Lee, thank you very much. And hey, Aussie Stuart, you'll be enjoying the island vibe soon enough. But once again, hey, safe travels, and like I said, enjoy it once your vacation has started. You don't need to get to the island first. So cheers to everybody. Anybody I missed, let me double check here. And of course, for any of those for those of you who's already fallen asleep, a very good night to you. And those of you enjoying the sun still, have a great day to yourself, because we're going to sign off now. Do stay a little bit for the outro music, as it gives a very important shout out to all my amazing members, and thank you so much for the amazing support and inspiration. And I will definitely continue to do this. Until we meet again, please do take care, and we're out.